everybody, and welcome to another episode by RCB College. I'm your host, John Andom, and today we have Dr. Deepti Arora joining us. Thank you, Dr. Deepti, for joining us today. Dr. Deepti, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Sure, John, it is my pleasure. So, I'm Dr. Deepti. I have more than 20 years of teaching experience as well as industry experience, and I have dealt with insurance cases as well. So, apart from teaching, I love to consult people. How can I make their life better? So, consultation about insurance, about mental health, and nowadays, insurance has become part of your maintaining mental health. So that is what I do.
Yeah. Dr. Deepti, so why do many Canadians overlook insurance until it's too late?
Well, there are many reasons to it. Insurance is something that most of the Canadians consider as an extra expenditure, a liability. Sometimes young people think that, okay, I'm very healthy, I don't need it. Most of Canadians, they live paycheck to paycheck, and they are not ready to put in even the smallest amount into their insurance, which seems burdensome to most of the Canadians. So that inhibits. And another reason is that they don't know why they need insurance. So most of the Canadians lack financial education. There are no particular platforms where they can know why insurance is necessary. Most of the times they are approached by insurance agents, and the idea is that they are looking for their own commissions rather than the welfare of the people. So that's most important reason why most of the Canadians hesitate and do not take interest in insurance.
How does insurance fit into a broader financial literacy and independence?
Well, insurance has its own importance in our financial planning. So, when we do our financial planning, we not only plan according to our income, the jobs we do, or the side hustles we do, but apart from those side hustles, we need to plan for our future, for our retirement, as well as for any eventuality. Some people get scared when you talk about, let's say, something happens to you, how your family is going to manage without you. So they get scared at these questions. So basically, these questions are not to get scared, rather think about planning ahead about any future income loss if you have, maybe because of an unforeseen unfortunate accident, maybe because of your job loss, maybe because of a critical illness. Suppose the lady of the house falls sick, and who is going to take care of the kids? If she has insurance, she can compensate some part. So it is something that you should be, each and every Canadian should know. But most of people are not aware of how insurance can help them plan their future at this moment, and they can invest little bit in premiums and can get larger benefits later on.
And so, doctor, can you tell us the cost of not having insurance in real life scenarios?
Well, there are several reasons. Until we fall sick and we lose our job, or we come to realize that how am I going to compensate my income, we don't think about insurance. Unless we fall sick and we have to buy expensive medications for thousands of dollars, even if we are working, sometimes that becomes a liability, a burden, a financial, additional financial burden. We don't realize till something goes wrong in our life, and we are mostly learning by experience than learning by seeing other people. So that is one of the thing. So in case somebody meets an unfortunate accident, gets disabled, how, and you have to have a bed rest, maybe you are not majorly injured, no loss of, no dismemberment, but in case you are disabled, say you have a plaster for next 2 months, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, and you need rehabilitation, how are you going to cover your income in those situations? So insurance plays a vital role in those situations. Maybe the earning member of the family unfortunately passes away due to any reason. How is the family going to compensate for that? From where they are going to work? Suppose the elderly parents, spouse, or children, how things will be managed after the breadwinner of the family is gone. So those are the things we don't want to talk about, and they are scary for most of people to talk about. But unless those things happen in real life, we are really not moved to um, take insurance, and by the time it happens, it's already too late.
So, in terms of planning ahead in life insurance, what are some real life situations where life insurance helped a young person or their family?
Well, I would say most of the people who have family, they start thinking about insurance, but young students, young people, say from 18 to 30 years of age, they don't really think insurance is for them. So in real life, you can say that if a student falls sick, you have to pay your fee. You were working part time. Now you, how are you going to compensate your rest of the fee for the semester? Either you will take a break, and even if you take a break, maybe you can take break from studies, but what about your daily expenses that you were covering from your part time job? Suppose you have a dental issue and you need a root canal, cost thousand, couple of thousands dollars. So how are you going to pay for that? So there are so many situations when you need some medication and medication is sometimes too expensive. So those are the situations where students, basically young adults, they need insurance and they don't realize the need unless they face the situation themselves. So there are so many challenges, and one unfortunate situation which is little painful, but in case of death, some students, international students, come here, something goes wrong, they meet with an accident, something goes wrong, and unfortunately they die. What about their family for transporting, and for the last rites, everything, funeral, everything becomes too expensive for their families to afford. So insurance in those cases is very important. It's not that we wish to die so soon, but you never know the future. It is better to be prepared than later on repenting on the situation.
So, for an individual looking to get a life insurance coverage, how do you determine how much life insurance coverage you need?
There are so many factors. Actually, insurance need is different for different people. There are situations in which someone is young, like you say you are 20, 22 years old and you need insurance. So we will assess your situation, whether you are studying, whether you are working or not, what are your liabilities, are you supporting your family at this age. For someone who is like 25, 26, maybe they just got married and they have family to support. Someone who has children, they have family to support. So if you have mortgage, and what if you are smoker status, if you are a smoker, then insurance becomes more expensive. Age of course plays an important role. Your medical history, if you have a history of your, even your parents, if they have a medical history, then sometimes insurance can be costlier because that makes you more prone to falling sick, especially genetic diseases like diabetes, cholesterol, heart diseases, and brain related diseases. So, in those cases, insurance becomes expensive. So, your other liabilities, if you have mortgage, maybe you have invested, you have some loans, then your insurance need is higher, because then in case of an eventuality, you need to pay those loans
That's
from
right.
your insurance.
Yep. And so, Dr. DT, can you tell us what happens if you stop paying your life insurance premiums?
Well, usually after 1 month, the policy lapses, and the policy can be restored within a certain grace period, and that grace period is different by different companies. So you have to consult your insurance broker, insurance agent, as well as the company from where you are taking insurance to get the details.
So, can life insurance be used as an investment or a savings tool?
Of course, that's a very interesting question, must I say. uh, so many people think insurance is a liability, but it can become an investment. So, if you take whole life or universal life insurance, there is an investment component. So, suppose you at your age start investing, you don't have any liability, you are not married, so you can maybe pay your insurance premiums in 10 years instead of 20 years. So, in 10 years or 15 years, when you are buying your home, whatever cash equity from your investment you have, You can either take a collateral loan or a policy loan and put in down payment for your house. Maybe in 10 years you want to get married, or in 20, 30 years when your kid is going to university, you can withdraw money. So maybe at 60 you want to go around the world and you say you have a lot of cash value in your policy. Take out a policy loan, go around the world and enjoy. Why wait to die so that somebody else can get benefits? You can reap the benefits of your insurance policy
That's right.
while you're alive.
Okay, so are there any life insurance options specifically designed for students or young professionals?
Of course, they are not specifically customized, but what we can offer with the limited payment, limited premiums. Students, they are more into, they are doing part-time jobs, they are supporting their studies. So for them, to start with a term life insurance is good. But if you have sufficient income and you can spend a little more than that, then I would say whole life or universal life are better options where you can invest, uh, and you can reap the benefits at later stages when you are getting married, maybe having children, maybe buying your first home, or maybe for any emergency you need money. You don't have to go and borrow money from someone. You have a policy, take a collateral loan, and just to add, the collateral loan has lower rate of interest than your line of credits or other mortgage and other personal loans. So young students, they can have one life insurance for term to start with, then they can convert it to whole life or universal life, or you can start with a bare minimum amount of universal life and whole life insurance.
And moving on to health insurance that goes beyond provincial coverage. In your opinion, what are the most common health related expenses students face that aren't covered by provincial plans?
Well, provincial plans cover a lot. Some major surgeries are covered, your doctor visits are covered, but what is not covered is your dental, which takes a big chunk of your income. So in case of dental emergencies, you might have to shell out anything between $500 to $2,500 in just one go. Your provincial insurance doesn't cover your medicine, so in case you have to take some antibiotics or you have to take some things which are aesthetically, like for your hair, for your skin treatments, medicines are not covered by provincial health. And uh, their physio, anything, any kind of physiotherapy, massage, acupuncture, acupressure, eye testings, these are not covered. So you might just need a physiotherapy for a short term, or you want to go for a massage and relax, or you need acupuncture for a temporary issue. So those things can be covered by your insurances.
How do you know if your student health plan is enough or if you need more?
Well, that is very specific. That depends upon the individual. So, what is your current health status? Are you a smoker, non-smoker? Do you have any medical history? Have you been sick in past? You might need more insurance. If you currently have any dental issues, you might need more insurance. If you are perfectly in a perfect health, then we look at other aspects like your current needs, your liabilities, and other things for your insurance.
And can you tell us if it's a good idea to opt out for your student health plan?
Uh, you should not opt out of student health plan just randomly. First, look at the benefits booklet. Look what benefits are you are getting and how much you are paying. Because students' health plan, they are usually group insurance, which are cheaper than individual health plans. So first, look for the benefits, what you are getting, and the relative cost that you are paying because it is group insurance. Then you can compare those with what plans are available in the market, what other companies are offering. You can talk to insurance agents and they can tell you better about what other group plans are available. So after comparing whatever is beneficial for you, whether to opt out or stay in the group student insurance plan, whatever is beneficial, you can decide accordingly.
How do private health insurance plans differ in terms of flexibility and cost?
Well, that Depends where you are going. So if your student health plans are usually set plans that are offered by universities, colleges, and they are same for all students irrespective of their health, so they are very basic in nature. But if you have certain special needs, like somebody has a diabetes type 1, they need more medication, they need a constant supply of medication, in those cases you need to start early on. And private health insurance, they offer a variety of plans at different levels. So depending upon your need, it can be anything from $500 of medication per year to 2000, 3000, $5000, but accordingly your premium will change. So better details given with your specific requirements, it's best to talk to an insurance professional.
And for those struggling with mental health, so what services are typically covered under student or private health plans?
Usually, Provincial Health covers your referral and 6 sittings of your counseling. Beyond that, Provincial Health doesn't cover. So, in case you are struggling with your mental health, having an insurance plan is definitely a win-win situation. Instead of paying $300 to $500 per visit to a counselor, it is better paying insurance premiums and getting the benefits. And for that also, I would recommend looking the plan in a thorough manner. What are your needs, what the plan offers, and how much is sufficient for you. In case you need more, you might have to pay a little more premium, but you can get more benefits.
And so, Dr. DP, moving on to travel insurance, why should an individual not leave without travel insurance?
Very interesting questions. Travel insurance is the least talked about. So most people, when they want to travel out, they think that, okay, my flight is offering some insurance for my luggage. They will just pay $10, $12 and be over with it. But what if you fall sick? What if something goes wrong on the way? Maybe when where you go, you eat something and you never knew you have any food allergies. In those situations, availing health facilities in a foreign country is n- quite expensive. Of course, you know that if you are going to US, and health facilities may not be available at such cheaper cost as in Canada. Health is free, the basic health is free. So when you are going there, having health insurance is a great advantage. I have come across people who went out to certain African countries. They didn't have health plan, so they said, okay, we are vaccinated, everything is fine. So they discovered their food allergies over there and had to pay heftily for their medicine and other medical bills. So in those situations, paying a small amount of premium is better than repenting on later on when you are traveling.
So, what are the major misconceptions students have about travel insurance?
I'm young, I'm healthy, nothing is going to happen to me. I'm fine and I don't need health insurance because I'm young. So that is something challenging. You never know what is happening when.
And so, if you need to file a claim while traveling, how does the process work?
That depends on different companies from where you take insurance. Some companies say, okay, bring your medical bills and they will reimburse the cost. And there are other companies who allow you to file your insurance claims online. I won't like to take the name of any particular company, but there are insurance companies, they have apps. You scan your medical bill on the app and it is filed, and within 2 days you get your insurance bill. And some companies even offer online billing or direct billing even in foreign countries. So they have their branches in US, UK, and they offer, direct billing. You don't have to do anything.
What's the difference between single trip and multi trip travel insurance?
Single trip is once you go, you come back, your insurance is over. For multi trip insurances, you are a frequent flyer. Suppose you travel a lot for your work, you have frequent trips to US or any other country on the behalf of your company. Their health insurance and travel insurance are very important. So, for any kind of loss, any kind of delays in the flights, travel insurance covers that. Your health is also covered, any emergency medical billing is covered. So, for frequent flyers, multi trip is beneficial. For once in a year, you can take a single trip. For anything leisure trip.
So, Dr. Deepti, how can you tell if an insurance provider is trustworthy?
Well, while buying insurance, you have to be smart. There are many insurance companies, they offer insurance for various conditions. So you need to go through the fine prints. You need to talk openly to your insurance agent, check out online reviews, check you can check whether they are registered insurance companies, and make sure you read your benefits plan and you understand the benefits plan and you discuss it thoroughly with your insurance agent before you can buy. You can also look at what you need and what the plan is offering. So you can talk beforehand you buy the insurance, because later on adding the facilities is difficult.
And so, how can you advocate for yourself if your claim is denied?
Well, there are different procedures for different companies. You can provide medical bills, and you must go through your benefits booklet thoroughly in case there are certain conditions. There were some fine prints that you did not figure out, you did not read, or there was something that insurance agent out on telling you. Basically, when you are signing on each page of the insurance, the idea is to read it thoroughly, take your own time, don't be in rush to buy insurance, and take your time before you actually sign the papers. You can take a day or two.
How often you should review or update your insurance policies?
At least annually. So, how much you are paying, how much is your growth, if you have universal life or whole life. So, an annual review is sufficient.
And moving on to our final takeaways, what's one insurance mistake you wish you had avoided or learned
Well, for me, I wish I would should have taken it early on. I was more aware about insurances and their benefits early in my life, which I took little later. That's why I would like to advise all youngsters, think positively, be positive about your future, but at the same time, plan your future now. It's now or never. So sometimes late is too late.
from? For students, how can students start building a personal safety net that includes insurance?
Saving. So at least 30% of what you earn should go to saving. That's the key, and that's has been time tested by generations. So when you are a student, 30% saving, and part of it can go to your insurance and investment plans. That will make your future brighter and safer.
And Dr. Deepti, for our last question, what are some free or low cost resources for learning more about insurance in Canada?
Well, you can go to various websites which offer multiple insurances. You can go to insurance authorities. There are authorities who are licensing authorities for insurance. They are different in different provinces. So you can go to provincial websites. What are the provincial regulations? So wherever you are, you can talk to local insurance agents. You can go to Insurance Canada, you can go to canada.ca. There you can read about insurance and the provincial insurance licensing authorities. Be proactive in buying insurance. So do it now. Learn more, learn well, explore your options, and choose what is best for you, so that you can plan ahead in life. And when the time comes, insurance is not your expenditure, it will become your investment.
Thanks so much, Dr. Deepti, for joining us today.
Welcome. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
And thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. See you next time.